In this video, we're going to talk about the EDI record finders in the EDI Utility Toolbox. There are two of them. They're very similar. We have an 835 record finder and an 837 record finder. Let's talk about the 835 first. What the 835 record finder is, it's very similar to the EDI inventory tools. If you've seen our other videos where we look at a folder full of files, tell me what I got. The concept here is I got some 835s in a folder and I need to find a certain patient. So tell me the list of all the 835 files that happen to contain this particular patient. So you point the tool at that folder. You can look for 4 IDs at a time and basically hit the go button, and what you'll get back is a list of exactly which 835 files contain your patient. The 837 record finder, as we like to say in the computer world, wash, rinse, repeat. It's exactly the same tool, but it's looking at 837 files instead of 835s. So let's take a look at them. Okay, we're looking at the EDI Utility Toolbox. There are 19 different tools at the time of this video, and we're always adding more. The 835 record finder is this button here. We're going to select that, and here is our interface. Now, the first thing we're going to do is point this at a folder, and this is where you can enter it if you want, or you can browse to it, which is more common. So I'm going to browse to a folder that happens to be on my local drive, but this could just as easily be a network drive, any Windows share that this computer has access to. So most of the time your files will be on a network drive anyway, so you can certainly do that. Most of our file searches contain this option for searching into subdirectories. Sometimes that's a really nice feature. Where you got to be careful is if you've got a huge directory structure, maybe you've got hundreds of different subfolders, underfolders, etc. So you want to be careful with that, because this tool will try to search terabytes worth of data. So you may want to consider, if you have a large structure, to look a little more surgically. You can mask the file that you're looking for. So perhaps your state Medicaid files start with an R. So you can do a mask and say, show me only my R files, that type of thing. I'm not going to mask this particular example here. I can also limit the range of dates that I'm looking for, and this is the date of the claim, service dates. I can select all dates, which I'm going to do here, or I can limit the range of dates, because maybe I'm doing an audit for Medicaid and I only need to go back 8 months or 12 months or whatever. Now I also can select which ID I'm going to search on. I can search on a subscriber ID or a patient control number. I'm going to select a subscriber ID, and I happen to know the one I'm looking for is named Clark D, and I'm going to add that. I can continue and add 3 additional ones for a total of 4. When this exact match is checked, it's looking for that exact Clark D, no more, no less, or whatever the other entries might be in there. You can unclick this and it becomes what they call a fuzzy search, and that is another one of those loaded guns, so you got to be careful because it'll just take longer to search through. I'm going to leave this on and I'll show it to you both ways, and then we'll do a fuzzy search. Alright, so I've selected my subscriber ID, at least one subscriber ID in my list. I'm looking for an exact match. I'm going to select the process, and it's going through. I went through 58 files that happened to be in that folder, and amongst them it found 3 that had my patient. And the 3 files are listed in the blue with the file name, and you can also see other pieces of information are provided. You can move these columns around just like you would in Excel. Now, there's 4 lines, but 3 files. The first file you'll see in blue, and then it's repeated underneath it in gray. That's indicating visually that it's the same file, so there's more than one claim in this file. And as you scroll across, you can see that there are 2 claims for Dick Clark. One is a payment, one is a reversal. So that's why you see that twice, but it is the same file. And then each of the blues indicate a new file. So we found Dick Clark in 3 different files. Now, if you happen to also have our EDI Reader tool, it's a separate product, but if you have our EDI Reader, these do integrate. So you can actually say, I want to see this file. I can double click it, and it will launch in the reader. So there it launches in the whole file. It doesn't launch to just that record. It basically loads the entire file into the reader, in which at this point you can of course go searching for the claim any number of different ways, and there are the 2 claims for Dick Clark. using the search function. But there's more information on our EDI reader on our YouTube channel and our website. But back to our record finder. Other ways to do this, you could also do a fuzzy match, if you will. So let me remove that. And maybe you know it's Clark something or other, but you don't know what the whole name is. So let's just put the Clark, or I'm sorry, subscriber ID is. So we're looking for Clark, but not an exact match. We're going to look for variations of Clark. This is very powerful. It also takes longer to search through because it's looking for characters that contain Clark. So in our demo here, it's not really noticeably different, but if you're looking for tens of thousands of files, you might find that that fuzzy search is a little bit longer. And we still found the same records, but we didn't find any other Clark-alikes, if you will. But that is how you can do that fuzzy search. Now, once you've got your list here, you can do some filtering by file mask or date of service or whatever. Once you've got the list you're interested in, you can do, in addition to launching the reader, if you happen to have it, you can also copy this list to your clipboard. Maybe you just need to send the list over to the folks in the audit department who are going to do the work, or you can also save it as a text file. You can also print it to hard copy if you want to keep a record of it that way. And also this filtering function, once you've got a grid full of results, you can use this to filter. Say, I only want certain claim numbers that are interesting to me. So you can put a value in here, and you can add it to this list as well. Now, this is not a very large list here, so maybe this isn't quite as interesting, but maybe if this list was much longer, maybe you've gotten a bunch of Dick Clarks that happen to have their subscriber ID or their patient control number change, and you're only looking for one with a certain date of service or a certain name or what have you, you can use this filter function here. So, for example, I chose claim number. I'm only looking for claim number 3172006. And once again, I can add it to that box and hit the Apply Filter button, and I'm further filtering my result set. So you're filtering your search up top, and then you're filtering your result set down at the bottom. Now the 837 record finder, almost identical. The only difference is we do only have the subscriber ID choice. It's on the list of development, so you will see at some point us opening up that feature there to be patient control number also. I'm looking for, I'm going to use my cheat sheet here. I'm looking for a subscriber ID here. Once again, works exactly the same. Put it into the search box. I can do up to 4. Hit the process button, and it found 2 different files that happen to have Elizabeth fake last name in it. Different dates of birth, interestingly enough. So this might be one of those situations where a subscriber ID got crossed between different members. So maybe this fake Elizabeth is good and this fake Elizabeth has to be voided, that type of thing. And that is a quick look at the record finders. Any questions, comments, please forward them to me. Check out our website and check out our YouTube channel for more videos.